See, here's the thing. Everybody thinks millionaires are born rich, born to the right parents, the genetic lottery, born special. They're other. They're special. And that's not the truth. They're built. There are more self-made millionaires and billionaires today than there was at any time in the past. So today I'm going to pull back the curtain and share 12 mindset secrets that every self-made millionaire lives by. Hi, I'm Tracy from the Money Boss Show, and I'm here to help you step into your personal power, make dream money, and build life on your terms. So let's do this. Millionaire secrets. And you know what? Don't be overwhelmed if I say millionaire. Honestly, for anybody, whatever your desired level of wealth is, it could be just having extra money to pay off bills. It could be just replacing your income so you can stay home and take care of babies. It can be the digital millionaire lifestyle that you want. Whatever your definition of rich is, the people that build life on their terms and make good money do things a certain way. And I'm going to outline 12 of those things. So, number one, they become a money boss. What does that mean? Well, they budget. They save money by paying themselves first, and they get out of consumer debt and stay out of consumer debt. And if they use debt, it's leveraged for business to make money. Number two, they're committed to daily mindset mastery. In a lot of my videos, I'm talking about mindset. We make money on the three planes: the spiritual, the metaphysical, I call it plane one. Plane two is your mindset, and plane three is your body. Boots on the ground, showing up to work, creating a business, the physical part of making money. We got to do all three to make money. So, rich people realize that life is a mindset game. 80% psychology, 20% strategy. So, what is found between your two ears is the most important thing for the, pardon me, for the success of your life. So, they're committed to daily mindset mastery. One of my favorite sayings is garbage in, garbage out. So, what does that mean? If you're watching news, if you're listening to the radio, if you're doom scrolling, if you're watching terrible movies, whatever you bring into your brain, because your brain creates your reality, whatever you bring into your mind through your eyes and your ears is stored in your subconscious to create your subconscious thinking. That drives 98% of your thoughts and beliefs and behaviors. You're being programmed by everything you watch. So I don't know about you. The last time you watched the news, was it like puppies and rainbows and happy? No, that's the news for you. It's designed to keep you in fear, uncertainty, doubt, chaos, paralysis. Why? Low vibration. So if you're scared, you don't feel good. If you don't feel good, you don't do good. That's vibration and energy in a nutshell, the easiest way to explain it. Think of it this way: when you're feeling terrible, if you're scared, like you don't have enough money, what is that feeling? Get used to feeling what your feelings are, because that's your energy and that creates your vibration. And you can't create great things in low vibrations. I'm going into another point here, but if you want to be successful, you need to master your mindset. And that makes sure that you are guarding the gate of your mind by not letting garbage in. Because if you watch the news and they're talking about recession, broke, bankruptcies, housing crisis, all of these manufactured and real crises, they are conditioning your mind so that you stay stuck, so that you don't step into your personal power, so you don't get successful, and so that you don't have the power to break out of the rat race, essentially. So, millionaires, I'll go on this point again. Two, millionaires or rich people, people that want to take control of their life and do well, They are focused on their mind all the time. Number one is in the morning and before you go to bed, your brain is in a theta state. That means it is like a hypnosis state, wide open. So whatever you consume at the beginning of your day and your end of the day goes deeply into your mind and programs you. So be cautious of those 2 points. But beginning of the day, listen to an audiobook. The Secret, The Science of Getting Rich, As Man Thinketh. There's a lot of really good books, and it's not even that you have to be listening to the audiobook. It's just conditioning your mind for success as you're driving to work, as you're working out, instead of conditioning your mind for fear, doubt, um, chaos, which is what they want, right? Mindset mastery. 3, commitment and discipline. People that are driven to succeed realize that it is them against them. It's you against you, me against me. It's an inside game. And if you don't want it more than you want your excuses, you're never going to win. Said in another way, motivation is great when it comes, but it's fleeting. I always say when motivation comes, ride that momentum. But most of the time, you're showing up when you don't want to. And that's what people don't realize. If they get an initial business idea or they're all excited, that only lasts for like a flicker of a moment. And then after that, it becomes hard work and it doesn't feel great. There's the high of motivation. So, millionaires, we'll say it that way, are committed to their pursuit and discipline. So that means that even if they don't feel like it, they show up. Let's use another analogy. If you want to be physically fit, you don't get to do that by eating poorly and not working out. If you really want to be physically fit, you're committed to going to the gym. So if you are committed to being financially successful, that would be committing to a budget. It would be committing to saving. It would be creating a side hustle, taking one small action daily. Or let's say you chunk out your Saturdays to work on your side hustle. And then all of a sudden, bestie calls up on Friday or Saturday and let's go to the game. Let's go shopping. And then you're like, well, I got to do my side hustle. You can only do one thing at one time. And if you want it bad enough, you are going to have to be the person that stands for yourself. Because at every given time, there's going to be more excuses and distractions and reasons not to do the hard thing. So, 3, commitment and discipline. Millionaires know that making money is a skill. We often think that rich people are born rich. They're born with the genetic lottery, that they're special. They know something you don't. Well, they do because they made money, but at one point, unless they were born rich, that's fine. But because you're born to rich parents doesn't mean that you're going to be rich. Those people still need to learn wealth consciousness and how to manage money. That's why when you hear of rich kids that inherit and blow it all, well, yeah, they weren't rich, their parents were. The parents developed this, the parents developed these 12 things I'm sharing with you. And unless they taught these things to their kids are no smarter with money than middle class or poverty kids. Isn't that crazy? We just think if you're born with a silver spoon, you're set for life. No, you're set for the point of time that your parents are taking care of you unless they teach them and then they learn wealth consciousness and carry that through. So, wealthy people know that making money is a skill, just like any other skill you've learned. You've learned to walk, you've learned sports, you went to university or high school, whatever it is. You learned hundreds of skills. And we don't think of money as a skill, we think of it as other. It's like something that those rich people know. No, it is a skill. So I'm going to ask you, which can be a little bit confronting. When is the last time you studied money? There are enough books in bookstores and libraries to make every person in this world a millionaire. But yet we spend time on Netflix and leisuring and planning. We spend more time planning our vacations and our leisure activities than we ever do learning money. Isn't that crazy? It's intentionally done so that we don't think it's a thing we need to pay attention to, so that we think money is for the other people, not possible for us. But making money is a skill. Number five, they embrace uncertainty and failure. Here is the truth of the matter. If it was certain and comfortable, you'd already be doing it. Anything that you're going to do that's new is going to be scary. You're going to doubt yourself. You're going to feel fear. All of those emotions are just triggering to your brain that you don't have enough information. If you have fear and doubt when you're starting something new, of course, your brain's like, Mayday, we don't know this. Think of any time you've tackled something you didn't know how to do. You went to university, you were nervous, you didn't know these people, you didn't know how it was going to go. That is par for the course. Uncertainty and failure is the way to success. Because if you wanted certainty and a guaranteed path, you'd just go to work. You'd follow the masses, the 98% of people that get up, eat breakfast, commute to work, go to work, take a lunch, take a break, talk to the coworkers, and then repeat the whole process, going home, wake up and do it again. If you want certainty and success, go ahead and do that. But even in this day and age, the get a job and keep it for 40 years isn't certain or guaranteed anymore like it used to be for my parents' generation. There's so many layoffs, corporate restructuring, mergers. I see it all the time, even in our agriculture industry, which is my main business. I own a media company. There is always mergers and acquisitions and people laid off. If you've noticed, I'm in a hotel here. I'm in Toronto for our big annual awards gala, and we present awards to companies that have proven to create excellent marketing work for agriculture. There was a huge corporate restructuring in one of my competitors, one of the big media giant companies that I compete against. Talk about job security. I've shown up every year and known all these people. All of a sudden, this year, I talked to them. There was corporate restructuring, and two of the key people that I'd say out of about five that come from this big media giant company, two of those people I know very well aren't here, and they didn't quit. They got laid off, corporate restructuring. So if you even think that the career path is certain and guaranteed, I would rethink that. I've always said I want to live life on my terms and know that I have enough skills, the ability to take care of myself financially, to generate revenue on my own, or if I needed to get a job, have a skill set that I can monetize because the only one ever taking care of me is me. So, individuals that want to be successful realize they need to take care of themselves. If they want to live life on their own terms, they realize they're going to have to do hard things, embrace uncertainty, and be willing to fail. Because if you're going to, let's say you want to create a platform similar to what I'm doing, and you put up social media channels, a YouTube channel, you are going to fail. Air quotes. You're going to have nobody watching your videos, nobody liking your posts. You're going to want to quit. It's uncertain and you feel like a failure. It takes a lot of courage and guts and beautiful insanity to continue to pursue your vision in your mind when the results aren't showing up in reality. That's what I did for 17 years creating my media company. I was a nobody. I wasn't part of these big media giant companies with guaranteed sales. I had to call all these companies, build a platform, get farmers coming to my website. Like it was like air quotes failure for years until it wasn't. And then I had wins and successes and sales. So successful people, millionaires, people that live life on their own terms, embrace uncertainty and failure as the absolute path to success. That's number five. Number six, they are obsessive and never-ending learners. I have already alluded to it, pardon me. Um, a little Starbucks on the road here. I've already alluded to it. There are how many books, self-help books, financial books in libraries and bookstores? All the information you need to become a self-made millionaire is in those books. You can shut this video down, order on Amazon, or walk to your local bookstore. Go there, buy a couple books, go home, start reading, and change your life immediately. Because the quality of your life comes from the quality of your questions and what's in your brain. So you need to become an obsessive and never-ending learner. I'm always alluding. It was a long night networking and talking, and I'm almost out of bandwidth air. Um, alluded to this before. People spend more time planning their annual vacation, planning their hobbies, participating in sports leagues, going to the local club to watch the professional sports. People spend more time doing that than investing in themselves, in learning skills that you can monetize, skills to make money and be successful. The thing with millionaires, they're not leisurers, they're learners. So take whatever time that you spend and don't fool yourself. There's always time. I had staff that would always say, I'd be talking about learning and whatever I was doing. And then I'd get the, oh, well, you don't have kids attitude because I don't have kids. And fair, kids require a lot of time, but we always have time if you want it. They didn't want it because, funny enough, later that same day, I walk by the lunchroom and I hear them all discussing their favorite Netflix series that they binged for hours. Your kids go to bed at one point, even if it's just swapping out a, half an hour before bed or getting up half an hour earlier. There's always time if you want it bad enough. So become an obsessive and never-ending learner. Replace leisure with learning, and you will become unstoppable. Successful people realize that success takes time. This is number seven. As much as the manifesting gurus and all these YouTube channels will tell you, your wish is your command, just put it on your vision board and it'll manifest, or quick success, or instant millionaire, they're doing clickbait on you. If success was that easy, everybody would be rich. And if you talk to anybody that's had real built wealth, except for the outliers, some people just knock it out of the park. They put up a viral TikTok video and hopefully they have a product to sell and then they maximize that and then they get rich. There's always outliers, right? The people that are super successful with no real effort, that can be fleeting because if it's accidental, they don't know how to repeat it, and algorithms are not predictable, right? So there's the unicorns, but the bulk of people that want to be successful realize that it takes time because you're building yourself and your skill set, and it takes an incredible amount of time to become the person that makes a lot of money. I've been building media companies for 17 years. And you'd be like, wow, okay, Tracy, you're in your 40s, which is young. But You would think that would be um, the peak. Honestly, I finally feel 17 years of building the skills in doing it and developing these platforms and following and starting a podcast and YouTube show for my main business. 17 years. And then I look up and I'm like, okay, I finally got it. Like it takes a long time to develop yourself. It's not that making money or success is hard. It's we need to become that person. If you could put a USB stick in your head with all the strategies, knowledge, mistakes, lessons of a person that's done it, like, you know what I mean? If I could take 17 years of my experience and plug it into your head and you can implement, you'd be successful right away. But no, you need to do the groundwork. And that's where people stop because it's yucky, it's hard, it doesn't feel good, it takes time. We're an instant gratification culture because of social media. Success takes time. But I would question, what are you doing anyways? Failure and mediocrity takes time too. So while you're doing your life, maybe you want to just commit to doing it exceptionally and becoming rich. Same time, similar actions, different knowledge, different focus. Success takes time. That's seven. Eight, they trust that the teacher will always appear. A few things on that. We often see the end result. I want to be a huge YouTuber with 1 million subscribers and all these social media followers making millions of dollars. And we keep that vision in our mind. But here's the thing, that's going to come true someday, not tomorrow. It doesn't happen like that. And here's where people trip up. That is such a big goal. You're like, okay, I need to get there. And there's no one skill, nothing that's going to get you there. So people like short circuit because they don't know what to do. And the thing is, success is one step at a time. A good day makes a good week. A good week makes a good month. A good month makes a good year. A good years make a good decade. Good decades make a great career. You don't hit it out of the park in one day. It is step by step. If we're going to use a house analogy, brick by brick, laying the foundation of your house. And here's where I'm going when I say the teacher will always appear. You just need to focus on your next step. One more analogy. I love analogies. They change my life and make it make sense for me. It's like if you wanted to go to California, and let's say you're driving at night, you'll be like, okay, let's see to California. Of course, I'm in Manitoba. I can't see with the lights of my car to California. It's not physically possible. And if I did, I'd blind everybody from here to there. It just doesn't make sense. That same type of thinking when it comes to, I want to be over here, doesn't make sense because you need to drive, you need to start, get in the car. So, whatever that means for you, if you want to get fit, go to the gym, get on the bike. You want to start a side hustle? Sit down, write a list of mini steps that you can do. Start your social media platforms. That's your first step. And where I say trust that the teacher will appear, don't be focused on 10 steps down there. You can have it on your list. You see it in your mind to hold the vision as your final goal, just like we're saying driving to California. You've programmed that into the GPS of your mind. So your mind's working towards that, but you need to focus on this 100 feet. The lights of your vehicle will light the next 100 feet. You, if you want to be successful, take the next step. Once you do that, the next step will appear. And going on the analogy to California, if we drive that 100 feet at a time at dark, we eventually get there. Same with success. If you build your platforms, great, they're all set up. Then you're going to make a header graphic. Then you're going to make a logo. Then you're going to do your first post. Then you're going to do a quick web page because you don't want to spend too much time or money on that. Then you are going to follow some people on Instagram from different pages that are similar to yours. Step by step, 100 feet by 100 feet. Trust that the teacher will always appear. And it's not always a person. It can be a podcaster, a YouTuber, a course, but it can also be pay attention for synchronicities. This is where the metaphysical, spiritual, divine comes in, and I believe it. I've always been given the next step, whether it's logically or whether it's a synchronicity, where I'm doing this and it's like, okay. And then all of a sudden, you listen to a podcast and they mention the book, and you're like, that's what I need to know. Or then maybe it doesn't click and you ignore it, and the book comes up again. So you read the book, it gives you your next step. And that's the way you continue to do it. Step by step, 100 feet by 100 feet, day by week, by month, by year, by decade. That is how success is built. And again, I would say you're doing the time anyways. If we are graced with the blessing of waking up again, we get another day, another week, another month, another year. You're doing the day anyways. Why don't you do the day as the version of you that believes in you, that's chasing your dreams, versus the version of you that the world wants you to be, stuck, poor, victim, showing up, settling. The choice is yours. 8, trust the teacher will always appear, because they do. Book, podcast, the teacher comes in many forms. Could even be a person in a coffee shop that you overhear and they say something. It's like, oh, that's what I needed to know. There's some beautiful magic in this world. If you show up, I always say the universe conspires to help you. And many of those ways are magical, and we miss them if we're not paying attention. Number 9, the rich know their mind and question everything. They realize their success is on them, is their responsibility. They have to know and think through everything. Yes, we can ask other people, but at the end of the day, rich people realize that everybody they talk to, anybody selling you something, has an agenda. It's their best interest, their income, their career status. So rich people are always going, okay, is this what I need? Or is this what they want to sell me? Is this the best thing for me? Is this the right time for this? We're always questioning, because if you're always listening to everybody around you and what the world tells you, you're going to be a hot mess, chaos. And you're going to be like just this scattered little squirrel, because everybody's going to be telling you what to do. You really need to do the horse blinders, earplugs, and know your path and question everything and show up for yourself. And yes, you'll make mistakes. You're not perfect. But the rich know their mind and question everything. Is this good for my health? Is this proven? Is this for my best interest? Are people selling this based on FOMO, fear, because they want to make money off me? Sounds a little jaded, but the people that become successful realize it's you against you, me against me. I gave an example in a previous video. These big fancy consultants wanted to consult. So I'm like, oh, wow, they're good at what they do. They built a good agency. I'm going to listen. Had I listened to them, they told me to chase the wrong income stream in my business, I'd be bankrupt. But I had enough knowing and trust in myself and questioning that I questioned what they said and said, no, no, I know my business. I don't care what your business is, how big your agency is, how special you think you are. I actually know my business. I know the big picture. I have a gut feeling. Numbers don't lie. Records don't lie. I was selling the darn stuff. I knew what made money. What made money easier? I literally probably would have went bankrupt if I trusted them blindly and wasn't able to course correct. And think of that. That's some pretty expensive lessons in life had I listened to them. And I have numerous experiences like that. Number nine, know your mind, question everything and everyone. 10, millionaires realize that getting rich is a science. Like I said, money is a skill. Getting rich is a science if you do it in a certain way, obeying the laws of the universe that I'll talk about next. There is a science to getting rich. That is actually a book. If you want the book that has made me a millionaire, that has taught me more about money than anything else, read The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. It talks about, oh, so many things, the energy, the science of getting rich, the exchange value, over delivering, how money is made, the energy of money. If you do things in a certain way, you will absolutely get rich. Money is an art, it's a skill, and it's a science. And that's a whole episode. And I should probably do one. That is my favorite book, and it's made me a millionaire. Everything I have done has started from the seed of The Secret. That was my hook into the power of the mind and the fact that we create our reality. But The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles is what just put me on fire for money and taught me everything that I need to know, the principles, how to interact with people. Read that book, and I'll do an episode one day about that. But millionaires realize that getting rich is a science. It's not accidental. It doesn't depend on your eye color, your hair color, your gender. It doesn't depend on whether you were born to rich people, poor people, middle class. If you do things in a certain way, you will get rich. Number 11, they know and obey the hidden laws of the universe. Too many people start with the law of attraction, put it on a vision board, and expect it to come. The law of attraction is one of 11, 12 laws. If it's not working, it's because you're not doing the other laws. The law of action, the law of cause and effect, the law of compensation, all of those are at play. So if you are not getting the results from your manifestation, your law of attraction, your thinking positive, dig into the laws of the universe because they're all operating around you and in your life, whether accidentally or purposely, whether to the negative or to the positive. So know and obey the hidden laws of the universe. Last but not least, millionaires and people that are committed to their dreams, they never quit. Even if you reach apparent failure, you're bankrupt, whatever, you can't sell anything. People don't quit. They just pivot and change tactics. Companies that go broke, they're like, okay, well, we learned that lesson and that was expensive. Let's cry for a little bit, lick our wounds, hide away, whatever process you need. Learn the lessons, build up the endurance, get back up and go. When you're in business and chasing your dreams, it's not easy. And I think there's freedom in saying that because if we know the game we're playing versus the people that'll tell you success is easy, it's a flow. If it doesn't feel good, you're not doing it right. I don't know. I know a lot of rich people. I know that I've made a lot of money, built a lot of wealth, and it's not easy. It's actually harder more of the time than it is easy. The easy times are great. The motivation comes, you get a good upswing, you're getting a win, you get a sale, ride the momentum. But the hard times are there. It's a rite of passage. If you want a 1% life, you got to do 1% actions. You got to deal with problems that most people aren't going to deal with because it's hard, it's yucky. They want pleasure, they want instant gratification. If you want to win, don't quit. Those are the millionaire money mindset secrets. And if you want to change your life, I'll include a link to this document. I have it. Actually, comment in the comments and say Millionaire secrets or secrets. Just write that. And what I'll do is I'll send you the link wherever you're watching this. Comment millionaire secrets, and I'll send this to you. And it's a PDF and it actually outlines these secrets. Easy, so you can print it off, you can put it on your wall, put it in a binder, put it wherever you can see it, and reference it as a little motivation and reminder that you can do hard things. You can become a millionaire. Making money is a skill set, it's a science, and it's only you against you. I hope this has been helpful. These are the things that I have learned, the hardest lessons. I have learned 12 things here that if you do any one of these and then all of them, you are on your way to, obviously, you're stepping into your personal power if you're doing this. You're on your way to making dream money and building life on your terms. Because guess what? There's so much abundance in this world, opportunity, beauty, wealth, fine things, great experiences. Life doesn't need to be a struggle. And I don't care who you are, what your background is, who your parents are. If you live in a box, it doesn't matter. Success is an inside game, reality creation, thoughts, beliefs, feelings, actions, results. I've talked about that in other episodes. And actually, I'll link to a good one at the end of this video. If you want to take these and implement them in your world and create a new reality, watch the next video that I link at the end here. And you are on your way to building your dream life. You can do it. Absolutely. So make sure, comment millionaire secrets or secrets, either one, and I'll send you that. And if you want to be part of a community that are money bosses in the making, head over to themoneybosscollective.co, join our community, and you'll be the first to know about episodes designed to make you rich. See you next time. Bye.